Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shiba. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be sharing my story on an aspect of my business journey, and I'm just hoping that you guys can learn from it. Yeah. So first of all, I'm assuming that you're a person that wants to start a product-based business, but you don't have like that much money. You don't have that much capital to be able to do what you're actually supposed to do. Okay. So like I've been there, I'm still there, and I've attempted to like do some things, at least try different things that I can do. So at least, achieve something, even if it's little. Okay. So my experience so far, I would say has been wonderful, yeah, but let me just get into the story honestly. Everybody, okay, before I start, I would like to actually say that I'm putting a hold on Ghanaian industries actually because of what I'm going to say, and the major reason is because of capital. Okay. So yeah, when I was in university, yeah, I had this idea of having this art and design industry, which I've registered, and now it's called Ghanaian Industries. Under Ghanaian Industries, I have subsidiaries under them, but all these subsidiaries are product based. Like there's none of them that is service based except for maybe Ghanaian Art School, but then I still actually need money to advertise and all of that. So the whole of Ghanaian Industries is capital intensive. So anybody that has that's in a similar situation can relate to this basically. So out of all the subsidiaries that I had, I picked the one that is less capital intensive, something that I can start with, which was Ashoria. That's my fashion brand. Okay. So now my fashion brand has been like from the bare minimum to, let's say, grade 1.5, I'll say. So like I started with producing ties, and I did sell the ties. That one went well, and from there I was able to generate money to make tops. Now the thing is, I wasn't able to generate enough money for me to actually produce the top in, let's say, 15 pieces, and then advertise and then sell. So like the whole thing was just, okay, let me just put my money here, and see what comes out of it. But like I forgot that when I was selling ties, in Covenant University. Covenant University is a place where boys in school are compulsorily supposed to wear ties. So like in that kind of market, it will definitely sell because they are being forced to wear ties. But then when I made the tops, it was in the real world. I had finished school, I had graduated, and like I was now in the real world, which people are less convinced. People have bills to pay and all of that. Their mind is not really in clothes actually all the time, except if they're like really fashion driven, or like they're fashion enthusiasts, right? So I forgot all of that, and I didn't realize that I needed to do heavy marketing and advertising and all of that. So I just made ups for myself, and then Yechi, because I sent ups to Yechi to post on her page, okay? But like she didn't charge me for that. That was like from, because I went to the same school, like all that. I haven't been able to sell those tops. That's like the only thing that I have done that I've not been able to sell at least one customer. Do you understand? So like what usually happens is, because
a client will
I'm going to
DM
mention
and
why
like, how much is the
top
like
cost, because I did like budgeting,
and then I'm like, oh, top
recently, because I was trying to actually relaunch these tops, when like actually 15 pieces, since I'm like working made for them, and like I have a more constant flow. So but then they're like that, oh, they can't waste that long, they actually take out of it and like next together, things like that. So I've actually not been able to sell, but then like I didn't, okay. So like because of all these reasons, I decided to, so the first thing is do a lot of background study to try and understand what is actually going on. And there's certain things that I've discovered which I actually want to share with you guys, and these are the things that made me to just put a hold on Ghanaian industries as a whole till I actually have the money to fund it, okay? Or if I find investors or something like that. So the first thing is that in fashion, I even feel like fashion is like the easiest product-based business that you can start with little money. And when I mean little money, I don't mean 20,000 naira. Like it's not even gonna work for you. So like for me, most of the things that I needed to do, I already have the skills for, right? So when it comes to content creation, I already have skills for content creation. When it comes to editing, I already have skills for editing. When it comes to makeup, I can do at least decent makeup. And sometimes I actually feel if you're not launching big, you don't actually need to do like heavy makeup or anything like that. So like the focus should even be the clothes. except if you're like launching like a big collection or something like that, then you have like a theme for the collection, and then the makeup and the hair would fit that theme. But if you're just starting out, like minimal makeup, minimal hair, like you don't even need to stress it. Do you understand? I already had like basic skills for that. My major issue was marketing, and the reason I'm saying my major issue was marketing is the fact that I needed to pay money to actually get my products out there. So if I was using influencers, I have to pay the influencer. If I'm using Google Ads, I have to pay Google. If I'm using Facebook, I have to pay Facebook. Like, that's the first thing. Now, if you now want to like go professional, let me never say professional. Let me just say that if you do not have those basic skills of content creation, that's photography, makeup, and all of that, even the sewing of clothes itself. Like now, me, I don't have sewing skills, right? I actually hate sewing, and I will say it everywhere that I don't like sewing. So nobody should come and meet me about sewing anything. I'll actually get angry at you. But like I do have basic skills. I know how to use the sewing machine. I know how to like match piece clothes together. Like I know how to like sew basically. But like you see that process of making a whole gown and sitting down to make many. Nah, that's not for me. So like I actually have to get someone to do that for me. So that's another expense being incurred. So imagine for someone that doesn't even have any of those skills at all. Look at the amount of things that you have to account for. So like product-based businesses actually are capital intensive. So now that's just on production part alone, right? Now we have to now think about distribution and packaging and all of that. Now because it's a physical product, you actually have to get the product to the person that buys it, right? If it's a service rendering, you don't actually need a physical product, and you don't need to like send the product to somebody. You don't need to package it with like stuff you can feel. Do you understand? So like because of that, it's more capital intensive basically. Yeah, you have to now consider packaging, your clothing labels, your thank you cards, your invoice and receipts, your delivery bags, all that stuff. And then you have to obviously pay the delivery service, because you're not the one that's going to, except if you have the time. Because like I feel like some brands do that. Like the owner of the brand or the face of the brand will like deliver the clothes personally to the maybe like the first customer for the collection or something like that. But apart from that, you actually have to use a delivery service so you can deliver to multiple people at the same time. Yeah, so like all of that also is important. One of the reasons why I decided to just hold off of it, like I didn't want to be in that situation of me like starving myself to save for a launch. Right now, with the amount of, because I did a rebudgeting, and I basically did another sales funnel, another whole like launch process and launch plan, right? So that I can accommodate having some products on ground to sell, right? Now, by the time I did it, the amounts that came up, like that, what it amounted to was like not so much, but according to what I'm earning now, is not a match. Do you understand? Like if I want to consider what I'm earning now on a consistent basis, it's not a match, because like I do earn large sums once in a while, like once in a blue moon. Everybody knows content creation and entrepreneurship is not, especially when you're starting, inflow of income is not constant, right? But now I'm doing NY, so I have like a constant flow of income. But that compared to how much I actually needed was like really small. And then I just thought to myself that I'm still even demeaning the idea that I had for the brand, because the idea that I have for the brand is very cultural, very traditional, and if I actually want to execute it exactly that way, I will be spending nothing less than #1 million and above. But like I had to like bring the whole thing down again and kind of like find a balance, and the amounts that it ended up to is something I actually have to starve to handle. Okay, so that's another thing that I would say. If your product-based business that you want to start here is so capital intensive to the point that you have to actually starve, to fund it, then just hold on. Like, don't even think about it. You can be saving, because like I do talk about like managing your finance properly. So like normally as an entrepreneur, you should have this affinity to saving for your business. Now, if you're saving for your business from your like budgeting and all, you've decided that you want to save a particular amount for your business on a monthly basis, just stick to that and just continue doing it, and just live your life. Continue doing the job that you're doing, or maybe like you have other ideas you can start, or start hustling for grants or like major funding, basically, that would help you, to get that fund that you need. Except if you are willing to actually starve. That's the thing. But I personally would say that you shouldn't, because you still need energy, and all of that. I've not even talked about models. I've not even talked about, like, for me, it was so more easier because, like, I can model, but then, like, me telling you guys, I'm considering the fact that you guys may not model and all of that. This is just in relation to a fashion brand. Even if it's a skincare brand, you still have to get models for a skincare brand. Even if it's you're making bags, you have to still get models for that. Even if you're making cars, you still need models for that. Like, you still have to have a human being, to like push, to like pose with that product. Do you understand? So this is basically stuff I've experienced so far. I actually want you guys to make decisions on your own. You guys can subscribe to my channel for my next video. I'm actually going to continue this series, and I'm going to like make it more open and plain for you guys, so like you guys can weigh the options and make decisions by yourself. Okay, right? So that being said, that's the end of this video. I'll see you in my next one. My mood is actually like this for a reason. Yeah, like, I don't know if it's obvious that my mood is off, but it's off because I ordered the mic, I got the mic, and another bike just passed. I ordered mic, I got the mic rather, and I tested it on my phone, tested it on my laptop, and it did not work well. The audio quality is bad, like it's cracking, it's just a mess. So yeah, and I'm trying to just record this video because I have to deliver to you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.